This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
A 96.1 The Beat is the DJ Scream Show. Listen, Big Kayla, by popular demand, has pulled back up to the DJ Scream Shows. And this time we finna talk a lot.
Yes.
We're not just going to do a couple minutes. How you doing today, Queen?
Man, I'm blessed.
Everything's
I'm feeling
good?
Yeah. How you feeling?
Yeah. So you hit my line. I'm good. You hit my line and said that there was something that was on your mind. I don't even know what's on your mind, but you know the homies know that the DJ Scream Show is a platform for if something's on your mind. So what's on your mind today?
Men's Mental Health Month.
You said Men's Mental Health Month?
Yes.
You know, this is Men's Mental Health Month.
Yes, I don't think it's talked about enough.
Why do you care?
Man, because
it seems like nobody care.
We got to embrace our kings now. We got to embrace our kings. We got to pour love back into them, man. They the leaders, the leaders of our foundation, man. It's important that we talk to them and let them know that they're valued.
I think that for real, like when it comes to looking at like the things that women go through, and I don't know if there's a women's mental health month. I'm sure that there is. I'm not even savvy.
Right.
But like we have to pay attention to what a woman has to go through as a woman, particularly a black woman as well.
Right.
And then what the men have to go through, like it should be celebrated. So obviously it's the same month as Father's Day, but we know that keeping it real, Father's Day is not like Mother's Day.
I'm not gonna lie, I do have to agree with you.
Okay,
I do have to agree with you.
So why is this? Why don't y'all care? Well, you care because you're here talking about it.
I definitely care. I think that it's been overshadowed by a lot of unfortunate engagements that people have had, the stigma about fathers not being fathers. And I think that has significantly changed over the years. I believe that there's more of an awareness with dads, and it's been brought, once you bring something to the forefront, you have to give people time to implement and change, the perspectives. And I think that it's important. Sometimes people just need support. If a person feels like, they ain't got it quite figured out, but you don't have the support to actually change your habits, behavior, or mindset, what do you expect? You're going to keep getting the same thing.
This is the truth. This is the truth. And I will salute, shouts to, Charlamagne the God and others. There definitely has been a trend of, black men going to therapy, or even talking amongst each other and just kind of, putting it out there. Because you got to think, at least when I was younger and coming up, you just taught, don't be tough. Don't talk about it now.
And I think, too, with therapy, I love that now it's more of a welcome thing. Previously, I feel like people indicated that as, a sign of weakness versus it being a sign of strength. We said this before, taking a look at yourself in the mirror, embracing yourself in the mirror is a very, very difficult task. And I think sometimes, people just need to be supported while they do it, Sometimes taking yourself head on is too much in the beginning, until you really get that discipline and that changed mindset, draw up those boundaries, do that self-healing. But, we all need support. Yeah. We all need support. And I think especially our men, I read this quote. It says, asking for help is a sign of courage, not weakness. Embrace it. I really want to project that to our men because I do a lot of conversations with men, especially particularly black men, just about, where your head's at, kind of how are you feeling about things. I think a lot of times the thought process is the support of women, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in order to be a support, you have to get support.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I believe that it's only going to strengthen our men if we continue to kind of invigorate their spirit and their awareness about their mental health and take it from being you're supposed to be the strength and the monetary, facilitator. Nah, how about you be the mental facilitator? If a man feels like he is able to process his emotions, he can better help you, lead you as you process your emotions. So I think all that kind of coincides with one another, and it's important that we start having those conversations and open it up,
I think the biggest thing, and this is even talking to the youth, and of course this can be talking to women and talking to anybody, is to put out there that people do care.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't expect anything on Father's Day.
Yes.
But it's we care. I'm like, do y'all really? Okay, cool. I'm grateful for whatever it is. A pair of socks or whatever the case is, I'm grateful.
But Mother's Day, it's a whole thing. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it.
I get it.
But I feel like it should be reciprocal a little bit more,
that come out of y'all and go in labor and carry the kid for months and months and months. So I'm not trying to, but it is a lot as a man being a provider and a protector. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. I've had a lot of conversations with men where the ultimatum ends up being y'all don't care anyways, or it doesn't matter. I just got to keep pushing through. I got to keep pushing through. But it's like, what if you're pushing through and you start to kind of compile more weight? It's like, how are you ever going to get to the finish line? Because you're just continually holding yourself back. When you're not actually processing and giving yourself the space to actually heal from things and, approach them in a different manner, you might be carrying bad habits and facilitating things you shouldn't be doing, and you're not even giving yourself time to breathe. That's so important. And I think for me, all the men in my life, that's one of the biggest things that I advocate for is, take time to yourself. It should be no guilty conscience about that. The same way that, like me going through postpartum, man, I made sure I stayed on my self-care. I believe men need to do the same thing. I'm definitely the woman who's like, boom, here you go. Go get your hair cut. Go get your pedicure. If you're getting a manicure too, go do that. You go get a massage. You know what I mean? Right. Just go take some time to yourself, period.
Yeah.
That has probably been one of the most invigorating things for me in my self-healing journey. So I can only advocate for what's worked for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think with men, a lot of times it's even more difficult because, men are the logical side of the brain.
We're taught to just tuck it and tuck it.
Say what?
We're taught to just tuck it.
Yes.
Tuck it, deal with it, take it to the chest, which we get it sometimes. But my thing is just that a man is still a human being.
Yes.
Right? So any human being, any creature has a limit of stress.
And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of what I hope to in the future bridge the gap with men is that whole cognizance of like, you got to go beyond your limit. Because sometimes that's what's driving people under. You know what I mean? It's like already expected. Like, my boundary is 100%, but I have up until 150 because that's what the normal is. But the reality is like sometimes when you get into like 98, man, you got to take a breath. Stop yourself, regroup. And figure out, get to the root cause of whatever is causing you distress or what may be throwing you off, because it be that overdoing it and pushing it to the limit that takes you to a side of yourself that you probably can avoid if you just took a deep breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Kayla, thank you for carrying.
Always,
and to the men out there, I'm sure they're going to salute you and champion you for carrying, because I don't know nobody else who wanted to pull up and talk about men's mental health month. But it is important. It's just as important as and I'm gonna try to tune in and understand what goes on each month, because I don't really be in tune for that. So I'm sure, like I said, there's a woman's there's probably like a mom month or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know that they honor like teachers and nurses, and they honor people on different weeks and different months, and I don't have the calendar. So I'm going to try to find it and make sure, at least right here on the DJ Scream Show, we salute those people.
Well, right now, we going to honor our men.
Yeah, all right.
Listen, we going to give them their kudos, the big ups. Listen to everyone who's out there, who's trying, who got up this morning and saw themselves differently. I honor you. I applaud you. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't push yourself beyond your limit, man, because, listen, you are capable of doing anything it is that you set your mind to. And listen, we honor and love you, man.
There it is. Big shouts out to Big Kayla pulling up. Give everybody the social media so they can follow you.
Yes, it's at Big Kayla Inc. BIGKAYLAINC.
It's 96.1. The Beat is the DJ Scream Show.